So you might be a player who's recently struggled with controlling their ball flight, struggling with the direction, struggling with the strike. And if that's you, I've got a fantastic drill here that's really going to help you get things back on track. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Danny Malcolm. Thanks so much for joining me in today's video. Today I've got a fantastic drill for those of you who may have late been struggling with a few wayward shots, struggling with face control, struggling with that consistency of strike, or for a player who's perhaps a little bit new to golf and wants to get a good understanding and an awareness of what they're doing through impact. So generally, if you're losing a bit of control, a full swing, hitting at full speed on the driving range when you're practicing is perhaps not the best way to go about understanding what might be happening, what might be going wrong. So a great drill to do is just to slow things down and do some half swing drills. So that's just swinging from literally hip to hip. So you're just going from here to here, and that's going to slow things down. It's going to give you awareness of a lot of things that's happening through impact, because a lot of the best players on tour, they'll have their own different styles of how they go about things in the backswing with a full swing. But what remains fairly similar is what's happening from here through to here, all relative to the shot that they're trying to hit, of course, but that is very, very similar for the best players in the world. So let's break that down in a wonderful drill that's really going to give you a good understanding of, one, face control, two, ground contact, where you're striking the ground, hopefully after the ball with an iron, and three, whereabouts on the face you're striking it. So three real key skills that are going to help you hit more consistent and better golf shots. So let's talk about number one. So this is just understanding a little bit of your face control and trying to get an awareness of where your club face is aiming at impacts, because of course that's the key influence on the direction of your shot, or one of the big key influences. So firstly, just understanding with these little half swings that the club works in a circle. So it works on an arc. The golf swing works in a circle. So the club on the way back will come slightly, well, will come inside, and then on the way through after impact, it's going to work around to the left. Now, a lot of players I see actually start to try and swing the club down the target towards the target, which actually sends the club too far to the right. And then it's very difficult then to control your club face when you're doing that. So let's just start with an understanding, some little half shots from here to here, swinging in and around, in and around. And let's see if we can get that club face fairly square at impact. So you start to get these little shots that start to go fairly straight, but my swing is coming around. So firstly, let's just get an understanding that that's what's got to happen in the golf swing. So we don't want to be swinging straight to hit it straight. We want to be swinging in and around to hit it straight. So that's a wonderful place to start, just to slow things down when you're practicing. Get an awareness of what's happening through here. You'll be able to see your club path. You'll be able to see your club face, and because it's much slower, you've got a much better awareness of what's happening. So really just slowing things down. Then you can actually take that up a notch. Then you can start to practice wrong to get it right. So when it comes to face control, we're not always trying to hit dead straight shots. It's nice to actually shape things here and there and get an understanding of, if it does go wrong, how can we change things? So assuming you've got a good grip, the only other way really to control your club face is through your hands and through the wrists and how you release the golf club. So what I'd suggest doing is doing some kind of differential practice, doing it wrong to get it right as such. So you can start with the same swing in and around, but this time perhaps let's leave the face a little bit more open. Let's hit one out to the right without changing setup, without changing the swing. And all I'm going to do at impact is just have my face a little bit more open. So that's just understanding how I can do things with my hands. And then I'm going to go the other way. So now I'm going to hit one left with the same swing, same setup, same grip. But as I come through, I'm just going to turn that face over a little bit to the left here down the range, just a little half swing there. And you can actually start to take that up even further. You can start to hit one even further left, and then hit one right again, almost like a bit of a sprinkler effect. So you're sort of hitting right, left, and then sort of bringing it in. Bit of a calibration method really of understanding face control. So that's a wonderful way to, I'll hit one right here. That's a wonderful way to develop awareness of where your club face is at impact. So that's one of the key things to start with. So let's move on to number two, and that is ground contact, where you're striking the ground, hopefully after the ball with the irons. So with the irons, we're wanting to hit the ball turf, take a nice little divot afterwards. Oftentimes a full swing can mask what's going on. It can mask some maybe characteristics that we perhaps don't want in the swing, that leads to a few compensations. So by doing it slower and shorter, you can start to feel where you need to be. And when it comes to ground contact after the ball, we certainly want to be getting this little bit of a push through towards the target, which helps get the low point of your swing after the ball. So with these little half swings, we can be here and just getting that little push towards the target this way, and that'll help get the low point ahead of the ball. You start to get that divot just beautifully after the ball there. A good way to practice that with a bit of feedback too, you can use the old towel drill. So you can pop that, if my ball was here, I'm just going to pop that about 2 club head widths behind my golf ball. So from here, there we go. So that gives a nice little bit of room to give me feedback if I don't move forward and get that ground contact after the ball. I'm going to hit the towel. So if I hang back, I'm going to hit the towel. So wonderful feedback. If you're a player that practices off mats, that's a wonderful one, because of course when you're hitting off grass like here, you can actually see your divots. So with this one, again, half swing, halfway back and through, and we should start to see that divot beautifully after the golf ball. And again, that's one way to just create solid contact, and I think solid contact is key. It really helps with your distance control. You often find when players are doing this, when I'm coaching with the half swings, I actually start to hit it further oftentimes because they're creating more solid contact. The ball speed goes up, the efficiency of strike improves. So you don't neglect that part of it. The strike is super, super important. And to me, I feel that actually comes a little bit before face control, because if we can get a consistent strike, then we're going to be doing a lot of good things. So that's number 2 when it comes to ground contact. Number 3 for this drill, this half swing drill, is awareness of where you're hitting it on the club face. So oftentimes I get the players come in and I'll ask them where do they think they've hit a shot. Let's say it's gone out to the right, a good example for a lot of players, and they'll think, oh, it's come out the toe for sure, it's got to have come out the toe. Well, oftentimes, probably 95% of the time, it's actually come out of the heel. And so it's come out of the heel, it's then maybe hit the toe last as it's twisted and gone over to the right, but the brain's saying it's gone right, it's got to have hit the toe, and that's where I felt it last. But if you don't have the awareness of where you're hitting it on the face, it's very hard to change things or understand what you've got to do to correct that. So with better awareness becomes better decisions, and with those decisions you can get better results and better actions. So grab yourself some strike spray, or in this case I've just got a bit of club fitting tape that I'm just going to pop on the club face here. I'm just going to hit a few shots, just half swings, and just see where I'm hitting it. So I'm actually going to try and hit it out of the middle to start. So let's see how we go with that. So just little half swings again. Not too bad. Just a little bit high, a little bit toe side. So you can just start to hit a few and you just get an awareness of where you're hitting it on the club face. That was better. Beautiful. So it's all good to practice what you're wanting to do, but then again, you could do it wrong to get it right. So I might start from the same setup position and purposely try and hit some out the toe. So from here, and I could see that was actually wide of the tape, so that's good. I know that was out of the toe. And then I can purposely hit one out of the heel. So a little half swing again, same setup. Yeah, that's definitely towards the heel, and you can see that's actually marked just here. So that's a wonderful way just to develop an awareness and calibrate the game, because when you're on the course, you've got to correct things. So if you if you just hit a couple out the heel, you need to understand what that feels like, and by doing it in practice here, you can then get an awareness of what that feels like, what that sounds like. So if you're on the course and it happens, you can go to a bit more of a toe feel. But you imagine trying to do these 3 drills with face control, ground contact and strike location at full speed. Very, very difficult to understand what's going on. So really recommend that, guys. It's one of the best drills that we can do just to develop an awareness and get yourself back into control of your swing, because it's very the worse it gets, the more we try harder, the more we start swinging it harder. So let's just bring things down. Take a minute in life when things get a bit stressful. Let's breathe, let's slow it down a little bit, hit some half swing shots, and just a wonderful, wonderful drill. And on a side benefit, this actually really helps with your tempo too. So it slows things down, keeps you nice and connected in this area. And then you can go back to hitting some full swings. So when you're ready, hit a few full swings and try and recreate that feel of from here to here. And really the full swing is just a bit of an extension from there. And from here through. So if you can get good from there to there, guys, fantastic. So I hope that helps. Give that one a try. Let me know how you go. And if you are interested in online coaching with myself, I am now offering that. So feel free to click the button in the top corner there, and that's got lots more information. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that one helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.